Hi, good evening, everyone. It's Saturday, January 15th. It's about 6 p.m. here in Chicago, I believe. So I just wanted to quickly talk about some of the things that people are saying that I think are strongly unfounded based on, what I know regarding Bud's lawsuit against Top Rank. This is going to be a short video because I'm not really comfortable delving into things that I don't quite understand. So I'm only going to speak, things that I know. And this was inspired by dlowe's video. Salute to dlowe. He reached 1,000 subscribers. So he's the big man today. Salute to dlowe. So regarding Bud and his lawsuit against Top Rank, you know, just like dlowe said, some people have even been saying, oh, he stayed with Top Rank, so he looks ridiculous suing for discrimination or suing against racism. That's the part I wanted to speak on. Okay, first of all, how many of our parents or grandparents or great grandparents stayed with a company for 20, 30, 50 years and they witnessed a whole lot of racism? People can easily say to them, well, it's your fault, you stayed there. But guess what? That's not true. The company, as long as you have witnessed racism, as long as you can prove it, and you have the burden of proof, guess what? That company, you have a right to sue them. They are not supposed to be practicing racism. It doesn't matter how long you stayed there. It doesn't matter how many of their pizzas you ate, how many of their cakes you ate a slice of, how many of their Christmas parties you went to. If they were practicing racism, you could sue because they know what they're doing is dirty and you know what they're doing is dirty. How long you decided to stay there has nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. So when people try to make the connection of Bud, he was still with Top Rank and he re-signed, that has nothing to do with it. If Top Rank has done racist practices, he has every right to go after them. Now, I'm no lawyer. I'm far from a lawyer. That has nothing to do with what I do for a living. But I do know this. We all heard of at-will states, right? Those are states that, I think most of the states now are at will. Most of them. We know that in at-will state, they can terminate you for any reason without explanation. Just like you can quit for any reason without explanation. But guess what? There's one thing that they are not protected by, and that's discrimination. So when a company in an at-will state, decides to terminate you, if you feel like you witnessed a lot of racism in that motherfucker and you feel like they're still practicing that shit, you have a lawsuit. Don't let that at-will term mess you up. Discrimination is not under that at will condition. That is separate. You can always sue in any state for discriminatory or racist practices because the companies know what they're doing and they know that's some dirty shit that they're doing, and you can always go after them. And I think you can go after them up to maybe 3 years after you no longer work there, or 2 years. But anyway, let me not get off topic. Back to Bud. Do you know that a lot of people who sue companies because of racist practices that they witness, do you know that a lot of people aren't even looking necessarily to collect a dime? They're doing it because they want the practices to stop for other people who have to work there, or other people who would work there in the future. That's why when companies sue, when companies are sued by people who witnessed racism or experienced racism personally, that's why those people who sued those companies, they're heroes. They're like unseen heroes. Sometimes you never even know they did it. You never even know the history of it. And you don't even know that the situations that you're working in right now at work, if you're comfortable or if you barely see any signs of racism or discrimination, you a lot of times you don't know there's a hero behind that. That company might have been one of the nastiest fucking companies you could ever come across, but somebody went after their asses and put them in check, at least for a little while. And while you're there. So back to Bud. It doesn't matter whether or not he re-signed with Top Rank or he was with them for however many years. It doesn't matter. Okay? If he witnessed racism, he witnessed racism. And Top Rank knows that racism is fucking wrong. They know it's dirty. They know it's disgusting. It doesn't matter how long Bud decided to stay there. So anybody speaking like that is ignorant, just ignorant. Don't, matter of fact, don't even educate them. Don't even talk to them, because they need an excuse anyway, because it burns something inside of them that somebody wants to go after racism or after discrimination. I see people saying he's pulling the race card and all of that. First of all, don't get me started on that, okay? But there's ignorance and then there's knowledge. You know what I mean? Bud has every right to do what he's doing, and even if he doesn't collect one dime, there could still be a lot of good that comes out of this. There really could. And I'm not trying to like make him the ultimate hero, but guess what? It is pretty heroic what he's doing. So salute again to Bud Crawford. Yeah, that part. That's all I wanted to say though. So thank you for listening, everybody, and have a good day. Enjoy your weekend. Salute to Scrapbook Boxing.